You know, it's really good when you record an episode and give it the big farewell, and then you remember after the fact that you've got Armenia home and away about 2 weeks later, and that will really need covering because it's the chance to not fall into Nations League D. It's a very important playoff. It really needs covering. So that's where we are. We're not at a new club. We haven't found a new club yet. It's been 2 weeks. There were quite a lot of errors in the last one. I realise now, sitting here recording this one, like the big talk about how Russell Stewart has gone to Ipswich to develop for the national team, and then remember he's Scottish and keeps refusing to play for the national team. So that was good. That was well carefully covered, and the fact that realistically I could have stuck the youth intake bit on the front of this episode to make it quite a lot more padded. It's almost like I'm good at this. Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Trucking Foot Manager, and welcome back to Gibraltar. Don't know why you're watching this. There's competent creators out there who know what they're talking about, but you know. Thank you for not going to them. Armenia home and away, the relegation playoff from Nations League D. As you can see, we're still trending upwards, and our peak is the 170th, very briefly. 172nd is where we sit, and it's more or less where we've been for a little while now. That was our disastrous qualification where we just got smashed every time. That doesn't narrow it down, does it? But we're holding on a little better now. We are now one of the teams that has a chance of competing at things a bit. Like, we're not a Gibraltar, a San Marino, and Andorra. We are Finland? Should we go with Finland? I don't know. I pressed the button. I didn't mean to press the button, and it made it go wrong. That's what we're doing today. Home and away, Armenia. Nothing to catch you up on because nothing's been happening. So let's just get to it. Squad-wise, we have Kurljevic. We do not have Webb on the grounds that just before I resigned from Europa, he broke his back. Yeah, I know, right? Senior squad, Lewis Webb. There we go. Lower back stress fracture. I paid the money to send him to the specialist. I don't know if he's coming out of that in any good shape or not. It's a bit of a worry. Also, Bradley Bander is 32. I'm not used to not having the tab between two things there. So, yeah. That's the squad we're going to end up looking at. Kurljevic will be the goalkeeper. After all that time chasing him, I think I mentioned this last time, all that time chasing him, it turns out, but at the time I finally get him, he's no longer first choice. But Webb is not available, so now he is. Isn't he lucky? It'll be Kurljevic in goal with Robbie Mullen, bless his soul. He's on loan at 1860 Munich. Excuse me, München. They've played him twice. They're paying 22 grand a month. Sorry, 22 grand in total. But they're not playing him. I don't really understand what's going on there. He's not playing for Borussia Dortmund. I assume this here means that Dortmund 2 were relegated from the Dry Liga? I guess? He's been playing reasonably for them, but that's at a standard probably worse than ours. I'd really rather he'd come back to Europe, if we're being honest. But never mind. 1860 Munich have him now. He's playing sporadically for them. Tyrell Beckwith, on the other hand, is still at Freiburg and is a squad player, playing in the Bundesliga. 26 appearances, 1 goal in the Bundesliga for Freiburg. Do we have the Bundesliga loaded? We do. Where are Freiburg? 14th. And that's at 26 appearances. He played every game, pretty much. He's 2 games short of every game. I don't think he's that good, but never mind. I'm delighted to see him playing. He's also wanted by Fulham and Bologna. Which might be a big... I was about to get all excited to say we were going to get a big chunk of money, but obviously we're not there anymore. Europa might be about to get a big chunk of money. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. Harry Jones, the suicidal Welshman, is now Barnsley's suicidal Welshman, of course, and he's in the side because someone had to drop out. I thought it was Okiowu, but yeah, there he is. Someone had to drop out with the flu, and then Harry Jones came in instead, and now I can't work out who that was. How bizarre. Galliano is our youngster, the 16-year-old that we saw last time. He's already first choice in midfield for this team. We do have Jason Murphy, who is probably marginally better, but Galliano's 16, so we're going to play him as much as we can to get him the experience. Especially since now that we're not at Europa anymore, he might not be playing for Europa anymore. I'm going to try and loan him off them as soon as I get the chance. Anyway, did I read the squad? Don't think I did. Kurliovic, Mullen, Jones, Okiowu, Beckwith, Apaya, Forson, Galliano, Hercules and Caetano, Reese and Williams. It's really not a bad side. And Armenia, I feel like Armenia are a beatable side. I'd forgotten what a commentator's joy this side actually is. Never mind. Go out there and make it count. Trusting you to make a difference. Be the miracle and all that. Go. We can do well, and yes, it's nice to score goals. Who knew, right? Scoring goals. The other tie is Malta, Kazakhstan. I'm pretty sure it is just, the losers of each one go down. Galliano gets the header all wrong, and Okiowu will mop it up. Beckwith. Powering down. It's good to see him back, Beckwith. Chips one in front of Williams. It's a lovely ball. Williams from a very tight angle. He has no right to be scoring from now. And yet he does. And yet he does. Emmanuel Williams. It's a gorgeous ball from Beckwith. Oh, we've missed him, I think. I think we've missed him a lot at Europa. I could have sworn when we sold him, we agreed a 2-year loan back. But apparently we didn't. I mean, you can see the goalkeeper's thinking, surely there's no way he'll shoot from here. Let's cover the cross. But then he shot from there. Lovely finish. Okiowu wins the header in the middle. Manvelian to Djorkaev. Probably not that one. Big ball forward. Beckwith should win it. No, he doesn't. Meliksetian. Early cross. Mullen heads away. Didn't really need to be honest. Would have just gone for a throw-in. Petrosian. Reese tracking all the way back. Good tracking by Reese. Cross comes in deep. Beckwith heads it away. Again, not sure that was necessary. Meliksetian to Djorkaev. Meliksetian to Djorkaev. Manvelian. We're getting into them well to slow them down, but you just feel one ball. Oh, that was nearly it. Okiowu blocks it away, and that's off the frame of the goal. Mullen with time and space to clear. Pick out the right ball. Doesn't matter. Highlight ends. Beckwith has the throw in right up the other end. It's only the 6th minute. Galliano back to Beckwith. Early cross. Apaya Forthen. Oh, I mean, he's missed, and that's not really forgivable, is it? Malta are beating Kazakhstan. I'm pretty sure it's just these two. And again, it's an English referee. Chris Kavanagh is the referee today. Beckwith throws into Williams. Beckwith. Galliano to Hercules. He's got acres. Cross comes in deep. It's headed away. Mullen to Apaya Forson. Mullen again. Need a bit more width, don't we? Caetano. Gets done by Petrosian but wins it back. Then hits him in the face with the ball. Fair play. That's what I'd do if I'd just been tackled as well. Mullen. This time the cross comes in. It's headed away by somebody. Not even going to try with that one, I'm afraid. Mullen to Apaya Forson. Mullen again. Caetano. Reese is 5 yards offside and just standing 5 yards offside. Get onside. This is very, very deep. Hercules heads it back across. Williams' shot is blocked as he takes it and it's cleared. What was Reese doing there? He's literally just standing 5 yards offside and just staying there. That corner comes into Okiowu but is headed wide. I'd say we look pretty solid in a minute. And that was a stupid thing to say out loud, wasn't it? Apaya Forson to Reese. Big ball forward. Williams is racing against the defender, whose name I'll probably take a swing at before the end of the match, but not right now. Apaya Forson to Reese. Caetano to Reese again. Has a go. That's what he can do. Luke Reese with a gorgeous goal. And if he'd done that a few more times for Europa, never mind, it's gone now. We're not doing that anymore. And we're 2-0 up in 20 minutes. And it's intelligent play. It's not exactly in the corner. You could argue the goalkeeper should have done a bit better with that. Boyadjian. I'm going for Boyadjian. Boyadjian? What's his first name? Is it good? Hamayak. Hamayak is quite a fun name. Although it does sound like a bit like animal abuse. What did you get? What have you been arrested for? Oh, Hamayak. That makes him Chernobog. That's pretty niche. It's not amazingly niche, but it's pretty niche. Kokarian is the goalkeeper. Long ball forward. Beckwith heads it down to Hercules. Hercules back to Beckwith. Chipped early ball in. Apaya forcing on the volley, and it's 3. And maybe this one's over. And isn't it nice for a two-legged side to be over in our favour? Not, but I'm still thinking about the last two. Because that would be bitterness, wouldn't it? And I don't do that. I don't do bitterness on this channel. You've noticed. I'm very happy-go-lucky. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, the goalkeeper, bless him, doing a little star jump. 7 or 8 yards away from the path of the ball. Djorkaeff puts in the corner. Corner? It's not a corner if it's taken from there. Gubasarian with the header, although the linesman's flagging. It's not by much, is it? It's not by much. Kurliovic probably could have done a bit better. Why are we looking at their stats when we could be looking at ours? I don't know if that would have changed it or not, but their XG is 0.08. Ours is a lot more than that. Outstretched arms. What a 45 minutes that was. You've blown them away. Changes? Maybe. Michael Daly for a bit of football instead of Galliano. Let's rest the child. Jason Murphy could do us some more as well, so he can come off for a half Orson. There we go. I realised the whole triple subs at half-time thing was rather worn out before, but we've got another leg to try and get it back in. Are there no strikers? Oh yeah, there's Young Coombs. Young Coombs to replace Reese. And then, because we've got to play them again in like 3 days, so the more players we can rest, the better. And I've rested 3 important ones rather than just chucking on 3 who need match fitness. Okay, Daly needs match fitness, but he's also a very good 16-year-old kid. Hercules crosses in, and Caetano with the header, and it's in the goal. Doesn't seem to have counted, but you know, we'll call it a glitch. Kazakhstan have got 2 against Malta, and it's suddenly 2-1 to them. Okiowu with a composed pass, should we call it? Caetano nods it to Hercules. Back to Caetano. Young Coombs is on the run. Young Coombs cuts it back, swings it in with his preferred foot, and it's a dreadful cross, but Williams picks it up, back across, almost a creative 1-2. Mullen apparently gets swallowed up by Doctor Who's vortex. Beckwith to Daly. Beckwith again. Good cross in this time. Caetano's got the height. He's just onto the top of the goal. Kokarian to take their goal kick. It's not a good one. Williams heads it down to Young Coombs. Murphy's on the run, and they trip over each other. That's inconvenient. Briasco, which sounds like a disaster involving a French cheese. Mullen intercepts. You know we're winning when I'm making jokes like that. That was just terrible. That was just awful. Hercules continues running while I try and regain what little dignity I have. Cross comes in deep. Caetano doesn't go up for it, but it's headed to Mullen. Briasco. Dear oh dear. Mullen to Murphy. Back to Mullen again. He's got the freedom of the city of Gibraltar. Cross comes in, and Hercules heads down to Williams, who really doesn't do well enough with it. Oh dear God. Briasco. It's so awful. Beckwith throw into Hercules, and Daly to Beckwith to Hercules. Daly again. He's so tiny. Teeny tiny. Beckwith. Daly to Williams. Daly to Beckwith. It's just waiting for that one pump forward, isn't it? And there it goes. And here's Jason Murphy, and there's number 4. Oh dear. Like, that seems to be what happens, is that we pass it around the midfield. This strategy passes around the midfield, while the forwards just do shuttle runs, onside, offside. And eventually one of the players looks up and goes, oh, he'll do. And then you get a ball like that. Goalkeeper commits himself far too wide. I don't know if maybe he's looking like he's not expecting Murphy to get on the end of it, perhaps, and he's just going to go clean it up. But never mind. It looks like it might be a little early to say this with the way we're capable of snatching a defeat from the jaws of victory, but it does look rather like we're not falling into Nations League D, which can only be good news. Beckwith throws into Williams. Also, this is going to be quite good for the national ranking because I'm pretty certain Armenia are above us. Murphy, in fact, I am certain Armenia are above us. Mullen against the French cheese. Caetano. Mullen again. First time cross. Hercules is under it, and that's number 5. And that really is. I know there's me worried this is going to be a short episode. If we're going to absolutely hammer them in both legs, then it's not going to be that short. But it does give me the opportunity to play a rotated side for the next game, because there's a lot of players that you might not have seen, and that would be quite useful, because I know I do neglect the national team. Bearing in mind, This is a save about making Gibraltar win stuff, not about the clubs. I realise I've left the national side a little bit adrift. But at this point, if they're not going to be regularly competing, there's not a lot of point in covering them. And again, I'm much more interested in just hammering through the seasons so that we don't. So we've got a chance of. I mean, we're not going to win the World Cup in this save, I wouldn't imagine. We haven't got time. Williams with a lovely finish. M6. I would imagine we haven't got time to become that good. But we can certainly see how far we can get. And we're going to get there faster if I don't keep putting in episodes of qualifying matches against teams like Finland. Because I don't know what the thing is with Finland today, but there's no point. Because win or lose, we're not going to win that qualifying group. So until we do start threatening to do things like that, there's no point covering those games. A bit like there was no point covering the Europa games when, of course, we're going to win 6-0 against Lynx and Man 62 and whoever else. 34 shots, 20 on target. 6 goals is actually a slightly disappointing return. Cross comes in. Jones and Mullen are both under it. I think it's Mullen that wins it in the end. Meliksetian to Manvelian. To Mandalorian. No, wait, hang on. Petrosian. Back to Dermengian. I'm sure at least 2 of these players have been bad guys in Star Trek. Bojagian crosses in and Kurliev. Oh, Kurlievich. I mean, that's not even a mistake. That's just stupidity. Just let it go. What are you even trying to... For 8 years, I've been trying to secure him as a national team goalkeeper. For 8 years, every 3 months, I go back to him and have the same conversation where I say, you should come play with us. And he goes, oh, I'll think about it. Oh, no, I'd rather play for Poland. For 8 years. And now he might never play for us again. Because I am very, very harsh about these things. Good thing that's... I mean, we're saving money on clean sheet fees, right? Hercules back to Beckwith. We're into injury time. Daly to Beckwith. Hercules. Takes on Bojagian. Puts in the early ball. Caetano's under it, and that's made up for it. Number 7 for number 7. I don't really say that very often. And it's still probably over, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I think we will rotate the squad for the second leg. I might just play the other squad. I'm pretty sure I've got enough players to just name another 11. Like in terms of the positions. But we'll have a look. I'll have a look. And I will let you know. Because it's probably a bit over. 7-1 winners on the day. Absolutely slaughtered them. Outstretched arms. Well done. Something we can take into the next match. Let's go with the comprehensive blown them away answer, shall we? Magic of the Cup strikes again. That's Magic of the Cup, is it? Never mind. So, what is their national ranking? Armenia. 124. So it's hardly pathetic. And yeah, we need to do that again. Do it again. Okay. So it's not quite 100% rotation. We don't have enough strikers, unfortunately. But it's heavy rotation. Banda will start in goal. I know, right? With Knight, Christensen, Walker, and Ramuni. If you're wondering who Harry Knight is, so was I, frankly. But here he is. He plays for Real Betis. I don't know if he's going to make it or not, but why not, eh? Knight, Christensen, Walker, and Ramuni are the back four. Apaya, Forson, and Ronan in the middle. Young Coombs and Taraj on the wings. Wait, is it Jason Murphy? No, it's Jason Murphy and Ronan in the middle. Young Coombs and Taraj on the wings. Williams and Reese up top. Like I say, not enough strikers to make this properly work, unfortunately. But that's fine. And that's the team we're going with. And like I say, all we have to do is not ship 6 against Armenia. Which, well, you know, any other creator will go, this will be easy. This one will go, eh. Right, come on then. I would like to win this tie as well. Hey, Michael Oliver's refereeing this one. We've still got an English referee. Why do we get all the English referees? Like, that's not a bad thing. England produces some of the best referees in the world. I know, but it's true. There are many notable examples that are not English, but in general terms, the English refereeing structure is very good, whether you say so or not. Whether or not VAR works or not is a different matter. Hey, look, we're getting carried away. I mean, that's as much of a dangerous road to go down as the political stuff, so let's not. Petrosian loses out to Taraj, nice and simple. Taraj to Murphy, back to Knight, back to Christensen. Knight with the hoof forward, Williams should pick it up. Magakian is in front of him. Murphy. Reese is offside. Young Coombs is much more offside. Anything you can do, I can do better. I mean, he's offside by what, 15 yards? So offside, it's not going to be replayed. He extraordinarily offside. I mean, 0-0 is fine, really. There's some complacency. There's actually a niggle. Who is that? That is Walker, is it? It won't show me on the screen. We're doing all right. It is Walker, so he can come off, and then we can put Nick Robson at centre half. If you're wondering, as I am. Actually, I think I know that name. I don't know why. He's a Lincoln boy now. He used to play for Liverpool. Nobody's perfect. And I'm going to actually give half a game of football to Jalen Hankins. And then I'm going to give Galliano the half that I took off him in the last game instead of Murphy. Okay? Well, frankly, if you're not okay, it doesn't matter. It's still happening. Tis. Ramuni's throwing. Reese. Back to Ramuni. Ronan. Robson. Chipped forward. Bojagian will deal with it. I think I pronounced his name differently every single time it's come up, but never mind. Kokarian out to the right wing, left wing, somewhere. Wombling free. Ramuni to Young Coombs. Ronan to Ramuni. Young Coombs to Reese. And you can tell that we are playing with almost exactly the same strategy as the club used to. And the next club will, let's be honest. That's the strategy I'm going to go with. Mostly because I think it's OP. Taraj finds himself with an easy tackle after Williams falls him back to him. And that makes it 8-1 on aggregate. And I think I might be confident enough to say we're staying in Nations League C now. Be interesting to see what the national ranking does after this. First header from Taraj, not desperately good, but the save from the keeper, in that situation, you've got to put it out for the corner, haven't you? And he doesn't. So, it's all his fault, really. Ramuni with a deep throw in 49th minute, throws it long. Young Coombs heads it back to him. And he gets it back again. Chipped towards Reese. Reese flicks it on to nobody in particular. Meliksetian to Gubasarian. Oh, goodness, the French cheese disaster is back. Gregorian. Tatintsian. French cheese disaster. Gubasarian out wide to Petrocyan. Turquoise-coloured petrol. Not so good, is it? Williams, Reese is miles offside. With aim for Taraj instead. Brings it under control and the keeper makes a good save from the tight angle. 51st minute. Ronan to take the corner. In it comes, and it's headed over the top by Nick Robson, and that wasn't desperately good. But never mind. Kazakhstan, Malta 1 each. I think it finished 2-1, so it looks like it's Kazakhstan that are staying up. It won't matter to us a jot because they'll be the other team to go in the other group, I think. I think that's how it works. I can't remember if it's seeded or not, or if it's just randomly drawn. We'll find out soon. Hankins. Huge kick forward. Too huge for everybody, unfortunately. Bojagian to Gubasarian to Gregorian. Manvelian to Malkashian and Tatintsian. And that's a miss. Holy smokes, that is a miss. And it's interesting, actually. We should probably have a look at the head-to-head, because I'm sure we've played Armenia before, and I'm pretty sure we never slaughtered them before. Ramuni chips on forward. Reese loses out to Gregorian. Tatintsian to Makashian, and he gets it back again. Will he do better this time? He will, and that brings it to 1 each on the day. 8-2 on aggregate. 8 minutes to play. They only need 6 goals in 8 minutes, folks. It's not over yet. Again, defeat from the jaws of victory, remember? Robson probably needs to be a little bit more switched on there. Hankins could have done better. I mean, it's not his fault, but he could have done better. And then it looks like he just starts screaming in Robson's face, which I'm a fan of. 88, 89, 90. We won't win the match, but we won't lose it either. And we do go through 8-2 on aggregate. Outstretched arms. That's how you handle a two-legged tie. and we are fantastic. We are the very best. We will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Williams is pleased with reward. Gibraltar star in the Nations League. And the duty ends. Now, have we gone up the rankings? 169th! Record highest. 100 and nice. That is our record high. So that will do. And then we'll be back probably after the summer, I imagine. And next time, we probably will be back with a new club. So I will see you there. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, sub, all that good stuff. Comment. Comment where you think we'll end up. You know the list of teams. There's 11 of them. Maybe. But we can end up at. Pick one. Where am I going to end up? I'm not going to make any decisions. I'm probably going to take the first job that comes up. If multiple come up at once, I will evaluate carefully. But I'm curious to see what you think. Where do you think I'll end up? It is just a joke. Put it in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.